Today we are going over 4 crucial post-flight checks to keep your plane operating safely and reliably. Stick around because many crashes happen when these simple checks are neglected. In fact, your favorite airframe could be at risk because you neglected to check just one of these things. But what are these 4 checks, and are you unknowingly skipping any that could cause a crash in the near future? Let's find out. The first one is potentially the most important, but it's often overlooked. You could have the best servos out there and the most reliable radio system, but if you lose power to your receiver, your plane could go down simply because a wire came loose or your battery voltage dropped too low. That's why after flying, I always make it a priority to check the individual cell voltage of my battery. And depending on how long I've been flying for, I'll adjust my timer to avoid over discharging the battery. Also, something not everyone thinks about is how easy it is for a wire to get pulled on or strained. And over time, this can cause the wire to potentially break off entirely. I always try to check this because if you lose power to your plane and servos, you won't even have a chance to use your potentially mad piloting skills to get you out of a bad situation. The second thing I always check for after flying is loose components. It's easy to overlook, but it can make all the difference. I go through the plane applying pressure to components like the wing bolts, servo connectors, and motor to make sure everything is secure. A quick visual inspection is also a must, just to make sure that everything is tight and secure and that vibrations haven't caused any screws to back out. Sometimes a small loose component can cause a lot of trouble in flight, so I'd always rather catch it on the ground than have to deal with it in the air. I'd like to quickly ask that if you're finding this video helpful, please give it a like. It means a lot and helps tell us that these videos are actually useful. Now back to the video. Third, after flying, I like to always make sure to check the temperature of all accessible electronics. Things like the motor, battery, and ESC can get pretty warm during flight, and it's important to make sure that they're not getting excessively hot. I like to check the temperature by giving them a quick touch, and if anything feels unusually hot, something might be wrong. Maybe poor ventilation or overdrawing the battery, ESC, or motor. This is where a tool like a watt meter can come in really handy to help make sure you're not pulling more current than your electronics can handle. Checking these things can help prevent overheating and save you from costly damage down the road. Fourth, I always unplug and remove my battery from my aircraft and turn the radio off when I'm done flying. It's a simple but crucial step. Removing your battery not only prevents accidental power-ups, but it also is important in case your battery overheats or in the worst case scenario catches fire. You don't want that burning through your airframe, and trust me, there's no stopping it. Turning off your radio is just as important. It ensures that there's no accidental interference when you're not flying and helps conserve the battery. It's a great habit to form, and it really helps keep your gear safe and in good condition. So there you have it, 4 crucial post-flight checks to keep your planes operating safely and reliably. Remember, it's these small, often overlooked steps that help prevent avoidable crashes. And if you really want to level up your RC game, check out our video on 16 essential RC tools you should have in your toolkit. Having the right tools can make these checks even easier and more effective, so you can catch potential issues before they turn into bigger problems. Stay safe out there and make sure you're giving your planes the attention they deserve. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy flying.